Hello YouTube viewers and welcome to my Horological Watch Review Channel. Today we will review my Casio Mtp-VD01 model numbered watch with you. I acquired this watch about a year ago, which I enjoyed very much and which I liked with its structure that resembles the watches of the luxury companies, expensive companies, with some of its features. But obviously we cannot say that it's a homage version of any of these companies. It's a pleasant watch with its own unique features, There are many features on the MTP series: dual colors, band features, silicone bands, leather bands. There are many changes. The VD01 expenses both the metallicity of the band and the color of the dial. If you look the features in general, first of all, let me take it off. The glass is especially a mineral glass. It can be stretched relatively easier than a sapphire glasses, but let me try to show the glass like this. The glass is not completely bomb-shaped and the top of the whole watch, but it is flat in a normal way, so it is not stretched too much. But it is the tachymeter style outside. This is not a tachymeter. Yes, thank you very much for the friends who immediately corrected it. When I say a wrong statement, they immediately sent lots of messages at the speed of light and writings. There are the writings about the minutes. This part will be hit, and I have hit this part once before and I didn't damage the glass. The whole structure of the watch is made of steel. If you want, let's start with the measurements first. Like this. I want to measure the two widest points. Yes, because I like it. I start from here and it says 45.6 millimeters. If we check it Rolex style, only measuring the actual diameter, that is, if we pull it a measurement that the guards of the adjustment lever here, it comes to 43 millimeters. Only measuring the bezel from the top, 42.8 millimeters. Let's measure only the glass. Only the glass is 32.4 millimeters. The two first points from the horn to horn, which we call lug to lug, is 47.7 millimeters. And if we look at the thickness of the watch, it is 10.7 millimeters, which doesn't have much function if it only has an additional date function, and with this date function we measure 10.7 millimeters for a watch with quartz movement, or even 10.5 millimeters by measuring more accurately like this. When we look at the band, let's try to measure the band from the point where it connects to the watch right at the entry point. It is 2.8 millimeters, the point where we connect the watch. When you get the very end of drops, 19 millimeters. When we look at the thickness of the watch band, it is 2.5 millimeters, and in a previous video of mine, we had a friend who criticizes me very seriously when we look at this watch band here. Look, if you see the detail here, this is a steel product, but it is not cast steel. Look, the material here is all made by bending. It's a band that join it together. We know that it costs less than others, and it is easier and faster to produce. This kind of band still used in the world low-priced watches. Many companies have bands this way. Last watch I reviewed was the Seiko SQ50 model and a model of Q&Q watches, which we have reviewed before. You can find these videos on my channel, and there is a cord production this way. I have buckle from 3-piece and snap clip on this cord. These parts are steel and there is a short outer cover and they have applied the Casio lettering engraved. When we look at the body of the watch, we see a completely polished steel structure and this superstructure here. The part of the cowl bezel doesn't move, but is made as a separatable part of the bezel. But at the same time, when this glass needs to be changed, it will probably have to be opened from this part, from this gap. When we examine the case, the back of the watch has a following statement. It says 5058, the model number Mtp-VD01, stainless steel, water resistance 5 atmosphere. This refers to the 50 meter water resistance value. On the Casio website, it says the battery will last for 3 years. It's just over a year since I bought it. I haven't needed any battery invention yet. The back cover is a normal clip closure, not a twist closure. Let's take a look inside the deal. The hour and the minute hands are a little bit thicker. They have 2 legs and there is a fob stopper at the end. The hour and the minute hands are modeled very close to each other, and I like the structures and the watches. They are very similar to each other, expressing the same structure. And this point, for example, I don't like some models of Rolex. Models are the hour and minute hands are produced differently, are not for me, and I like better when these hour and minute hands are thinner. For example, I like to find workmanship like Audemars Piguet, but when it's so thin, it is of course more difficult to put a phosphor here. Both the phosphor is and the certain thinness ratio has been tried to be achieved. When we look at the second sense, we see that the painted in red color and this is no phosphor part, and you will see the phosphor part of this H and screen in a little bit, and the numbers 12, 6 and 9 are written, and the index between are written from the lines have a date window at 3 o'clock, and because of the date window, the index at 3 o'clock is more than the others. I don't plan to separate my watch from my collection. I have been using watch for about a year now, and I will always wear it under the shirts, especially when I go to the office at work, and I didn't need to lose any links in this watch. It is enough for me to make adjustments through fine holes here. I have 19.5 centimeter wrist, and let's check the weight of our watch together. Let's open it like this. The weight of our watch is 119 grams. Let's try it again. The weight of our watch is 119 grams, and I talk a lot about this watch for the first time, whether I should buy it in a different color, but I prefer to buy in black, which is my favorite model, and I think matches all my outfits. This always stands on my wrist, and I want to show you this bottom part again from here. Although it has 3 parts, it is not very wide when I close it, and it does not bother me, especially when I am using the computer or driving a car. It allows me to use my keyboard comfortably. I think weight is not too much for me. It is a watch that I use very comfortably. I enjoyed it. I am definitely not saying anything about whether to buy it or not. I like and I do not plan to separate it from my collection. I wish you a good day and see you in my next videos. Thank you very much.